we'll be having an interview session with one of the ministers in Nigeria now. Our Honorable Minister, Dr. or Mrs. Chamila Bill Ibrahim. Ma, you're welcome to this great section. Yes, I would like to know from you, what are your positions for the youths?
For us as a ministry, my name is Dr. Jamila Bill Ibrahim. I'm the Minister of Youth Development. Well, as a ministry of youth development, our position for young people is to ensure a successful implementation of the National Youth Development Policy and the Youth Development Strategy as well, which has three major pillars, being youth engagement, youth empowerment, and youth education. Well, first, the engagement pillar, which is we have to first engage young people, get their input and their buy-in in policy direction, buy-in into the policy direction, and to also get their input, because any policy without young people is not for young people. So they are the major beneficiaries of the policy. They are the ones who will be impacted by the policy. So we have recently inaugurated the National Development Policy Committee, and initially the committee was initially set up last year, but on assumption of office we realized that there wasn't an adequate youth representation in the committee, so we decided to reconstitute and have more young people on board in order to hear more young voices to contribute to the policy. That's that's the first youth engagement strategy as a ministry that we have deployed. So, and then subsequently, we hope in formulating the process of formulating the policy, we're going to also be engaging young people at the geopolitical zones, and then down to cascade it down to the states. Right, and then while engaging as well with youth stakeholders and the commissioners for youth at the state level, and then across the 6 geopolitical zones. And then it's only when we have engaged young people that will know their needs when it comes to education and skills, and of course to be able to support them through their career path or entrepreneurial journey. For those who want to be creators of employment, and then for those who want to get into jobs, then we will be supporting them through their career path. We know their needs, and beyond just employment, there are also other socio-economic needs of young people. Considering the fact that young people constitute 70% of Nigeria's population, that is a very, very influential and very important group that government needs to pay attention to, and that's why the administration of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has created the Ministry of Youth Development, separating it from Youth and Sports Development as it was in the previous administration.
Okay, I want to know from you, Madam, as a Minister for Youth in Nigeria, we want to know, do you have any job employment within you that you want to tell to Nigerians or to introduce to Nigerians?
Job opportunities within the ministry? Well, that would be a role of the head of civil service of the Federation. We wouldn't be able to create jobs directly into the ministry, but we can make recommendations for such positions, which is also part of part of the policy direction that we hope to recommend. Some of the recommendations we hope to suggest in the policy, because for a youth development ministry, one would expect that we have a lot of young people, because young people are supposed to be part of the solution to the challenges of young people. So we actually have that in mind to present as a recommendation in the policy.
Okay, knowing fully well today in Nigeria, unemployment is one of the major things that the youths in particular suffer from, which has already led them to kidnapping, Yahoo, and a lot of things, And I want to know from you, what are the hopes for the Nigerian youths?
Well, for us as a ministry, I would my responses would be um, aligning with the role and the mandate of the Ministry of Youth Development. For us, we are a ministry that is supposed to provide solutions, innovative solutions to development of young people, holistic development of young people, be it socio-economic and then physical, mental as well. So we work and coordinate with other ministries to create opportunities for young people. So speaking to the rising unemployment rates in the country, and we know, yes, government is an employer, is a creator of employment, and we also understand that government cannot do it alone, but then government can create enabling environment for private sector to thrive in order to create more jobs. So our role is to be a catalyst that will facilitate that process, and we're putting in measures in place to ensure that more young people are either get employed or are creators of employment through our initiatives at the Ministry of Youth. And one of our potential initiatives would be through the Youth Villages project that will be leveraging on already on commodities of comparative advantage across the 6 geopolitical zones, and adding value to our God-given natural resources and agro commodities. That way, across the value chains, we'll be able to engage young people. And then we also have the Nigerian Youth Investment Fund that we are in the process of reviewing to improve access for young people to capital, if they would like to be entrepreneurs. And yes, and beyond just providing funds to young people, we are also adding, as part of the review, we've received some recommendations from the review committee that has proposed that mentorship component and access to market component be infused into the investment fund. So beyond just disbursement of funds, we want to ensure that the fund is a sustainable venture for government and for other partners who would like to support the fund by first hand-holding young people through business mentorship. That's a non-financial service that the fund will be providing. Then we now provide them with the funds. Then after, as part of our evaluation and implementation, rather, it would create access to market for these businesses to ensure that the fund is de-risked, because it's a loan that they have to pay back. So to ensure that we recover these funds back, and with the hope of making it revolving, so that we can have a bigger pool for more young people to benefit from the fund.
Okay, Madam Wono, NYSC, which is under your ministry, likely hope for those under the shade?
Well, the NYSC is, like we all know it, is a scheme that serves as a form of transition for university graduates into jobs. But we also have found out that only about 10% of the graduates get into actual employment. So as part of the mandate of the ministry and the administration's vision is to reform the NYSC scheme, which we have announced a couple of days back. So as part of the reform, we want to ensure that we have more young people being supported to get appropriately matched in their places of primary assignment, and then so they can progress in their career paths we can provide them with that. We hope to provide them with the support to career progress and nurturing, mentorship rather. And then for those who will be entrepreneurs, there are entrepreneurship programs that we hope to also include as part of the NYSC reforms. Already there are some programs that they already embark on some programs, entrepreneurship and skills acquisition programs, but we feel that in order for these programs to be impactful, we need to improve and scale at the level at which they are being implemented, and of course extend the duration of some of these programs in order for it to be more impactful, for the young people to transition into either jobs or being creators of employment. Because like I said, government, we cannot depend on government to create jobs alone. And we would also be pleased to know that the NYSC, in every state, there exists NYSC farms. And this, because agriculture is our God-given venture as a country with the fertile soil and the right climate. So we hope to also develop the agricultural venture, basically to make young people see agriculture as an enterprise, as a business, and to also make the NYSC a breeding ground for, they usually say that we should make agriculture attractive to young people. So that will also be a platform to make a platform that will help the country to make agriculture attractive to young people. And beyond just crop production, there are other roles across the value chain that young people can be involved in, either logistics or even trading of the commodities. So we understand that it's about choices.
All right, so I want to know from you, Nigerians in diaspora, okay, I would like you to talk to them, because some of them looking up to you as their role models, and I would also want to, be a partaker in one of those important aspects in Nigeria. I would like you to talk to them, and then words of encouragement.
Well, my dear Nigerians, especially the young Nigerians in diaspora, I want you to understand that Nigeria as a country, and a diverse one at that, there's a reason why we have been created by God with this diversity, and we want to be able to harness this diversity and make the most of it and turn it into a strength and not a weakness, in order to develop our country, to guarantee the prosperity, the shared prosperity of our country. And I want to encourage you in the diaspora, be proud to be Nigerian, and do not hesitate to contribute your quota to national development from wherever you are. Your voice counts, your opinion counts, and we are here working to ensure that Nigeria truly lives up to her expectations and rises up to take her position among the Committee of Nations.
All right, thank you, Madam. We're very grateful. Thank you for having your time spent with us at this very point in time. I want to say thank you to Nigerians watching here in Nigeria and both in diaspora. Thank you very much for having us, giving us the time to spend on this great time. We say thank you.